Hello and welcome to BMC Discovery. In this video, we will take a look on how to troubleshoot missing attribute like serial number UUID for Linux host in BMC Discovery. For this demo, we will log in with system user. We will scan one new host. First of all, let's go to Manage and Credentials. The credential called as Dev Backup Server are the valid credential for the host we are about to scan. Let's perform the credential test first. Click on Actions, Test, enter the IP address and click on Test. As we can see that the credential test is successful. Let's click on Success. The test result shows that the SSH access is tried with the user called as Discovery user. Click on Show Session Log. Here we can see that the SSH access is succeeded. Discovery user is used, we are able to get the login session and execute the command. Click on Done. Let's go to Manage and Discovery. Here in Manage Discovery page, click on Add New Local Run. Select the scope. Enter the IP address. Enter the label. Enable the session logging and click on OK. Once the scan is completed, click on Recent Runs to see the results. As you can see that the scan is completed successfully. Let's click on Host. On this host page, let's scroll down and look at the section of Hardware, Network and Storage. The serial number and UUID should be displayed over here, but it's missing right now. Scroll up and click on Show Provenance. Once enabled, this feature will show you the list of attributes and the method from which they are discovered. Here we can see that the model and RAM is discovered from the host info. Serial number and UUID are discovered from the execution of the platform script. Click on Administration. Click on Platforms. Here you can see the host devices supported by Discovery organized by OS platform. The host we have discovered is discovered using Linux script. If the serial number is missing, then it's probably happening due to the fact that the Discovery user used for the scan doesn't have the permission to run the appropriate command. Also, the script is not configured in order to execute these privilege commands. So let's set that up first. In the initialization script, click on Configure Privileges. The serial number and UUID is discovered from dmidecode command. For now, we will uncheck everything else and just enable the privileges for dmidecode. We will enter the part to the command and click on Apply. Click on OK. Now that we have added the privilege, the next step to check is to connect to the server using SSH via Discovery user and run these commands manually. To test that, we will log into the Discovery appliance using Tideway user and we will perform the remote SSH to the target server. So it's SSH Discovery user @ and then target IP address. Enter the password of the user. Now we have logged into the target server as the Discovery user. Let's execute the command dmidecode, which will find out the UUID. Enter the password again. As you can see, the Discovery user is not able to run this command and get the result. Let's try the same for serial number. This concludes that the user used to scan the host from Discovery doesn't have permission to run the dmidecode command. The next step is to contact the Unix administrator responsible for this target server and request them to add the permission to run the dmidecode command for the Discovery user. This task needs to be completed by the Linux admin. Just as the example, we will show you here the Discovery user is configured in the credential and this user needs to have permission to execute dmidecode command without the password. Once this configuration is performed by your Linux administrator, go back to the Discovery appliance, Now we will try to execute the same command again to find out the serial number and UUID of the target host. And now you can see that the UUID is displayed successfully. The command execution with discovery user is now working. Let's go back to the discovery, go to manage, discovery, and scan the same host again. Now that the scan is completed, let's take a look at the result. We can see the host is discovered successfully. Scroll down to the section of hardware, network, and storage, and as you can see, the serial number and UUID is now discovered successfully. Discovery of Unix, Linux, and other related systems requires elevated privilege to retrieve detailed information. This is controlled using the privilege function that are defined during the session initialization. Please note that discovery is shipped without any commands that use the privilege execution. You need to refer the BMC documentation, get the list of these commands, ask your server team to provide the required permission to the discovery user configured in the credential. Here you can grant the privilege escalation to specific commands or to all the commands. That's all in this session for right now. Thank you for watching.